Hi, it's Aidan Eyewitness. It's a while since I've posted, and it's been Christmas, New Year. There's been lots of dull, cloudy, rainy weather. I've had some urgent projects to complete. A new social media channel for my German language teaching. But in 2023, I want to feature the home base more prominently. So I thought I'd give you this quick update on the progress of construction projects here in Stockport. This was the scene on the 14th of January 2023. So let's jump back 22 months to the 26th of March 2021, when the bus station was still in operation, and I did this time-lapse for my Stockport Dawn to Dusk video. There were only a few months to go before it closed. The old bus station was laid out on former industrial land. Prior to its construction, buses used Mersey Square as their terminus, with only basic facilities and no bus shelters, I remember. When it opened, the new bus station was a big improvement. Over the years, many local residents have started and finished their journeys here, myself included. Let's take one last look at those rather infamous bus shelters. It wasn't a very welcoming place at night. It was often cold, windy, and rather bleak. By February 2022, the site was cleared, the old bus station was gone, and the foundations were being laid for the new interchange. By the 17th of April 2022, the concrete core of the new residential building on the left was well underway. Looking over to the neighbouring Weir Mill construction site, we can see work hasn't yet started on the new tall residential tower to be built right in front of the viaduct. In mid-2022, we had a wide view of the viaduct from this viewpoint. I'm looking down from Wellington Road South by the corner of the Hat Museum. By August, 4 months later, the main structure of the new bus station was appearing, its curved forms already visible with a row of pillars in the foreground. The lower sections of the residential building are already rising well above street level. This reminds me of building architectural structures with my Lego bricks as a small child, growing up not very far from here. 2 months on, the construction is gaining height and becoming more complex. The residential tower on the left is now starting to climb skywards, its lower floors wrapping around the concrete core. The site looks quite dramatic in wide angle. The metal bars inside the reinforced concrete slabs are noticeable here. The pillars on the other side of the bus station are also visible. They will surround the oval-shaped cutout area where the buses will stop to drop off and take on passengers. On the 4th of November 2022, work was continuing. Yellow protective railings had appeared on the edge of the floors, now extending a few stories above street level. The cranes are lifting building materials into place as work on the new transport interchange continues. Let's jump back again to October 2021 and compare it with the scene on the 14th of January 2023. Quite a transformation. So now let's go for a walk around the main site and take a look at it from different angles. The main building contractor, Wilmot Dixon, is featured prominently all around the site. The official name, of course, is Stockport Interchange because it enables you to change between different modes of transport, bus and train initially, and hopefully in the future, trams. So will this new facility make life in this occasionally grey and rainy northern town centre a little more pleasant, comfortable and convenient? I think it will. It's now or never, our decisive decade, says the sign. A new transport interchange, town centre park and residential development for Stockport, with up to 200 new residential apartments right in the centre of Stockport. And here they are. The view from the top should be impressive. These are the organisations backing the project. One of its most prominent features is a new 2-acre park above the interchange, bringing more green space to Stockport town centre for all to enjoy. Well, it is a public transport facility. Another interesting feature is the link bridge and footbridge, which will provide an improved connection to the railway station up on the hill. Since its construction in the 1840s, people have been saying that the station is not in the most convenient location. The visualization shows lots of happy people dressed in summer clothing. But where are the senior citizens, people in mobility scooters and youths in hoodies? This visualization shows a bird's eye view of the park, built around the oval-shaped interior zone for the buses, with footpaths, seating, grass and plants. Also good for bus spotters with notebooks to observe the coming and going of the bus traffic. Next we walk down to Door Bank to look at the southwest corner of the development. There we can see the windows of the apartments. Those yellow and blue sections will gradually move up and up as each floor is built. Here's what the northwest corner of the site looks like at the moment, with the new apartment block rising up towards the airspace above. Planes on final approach to Manchester Airport, flying around 1,100 feet or 335 metres overhead. The residential block is 55 metres or 180 feet in height, and this is what the finished building will look like. Many people say it's oversized and will block views of the viaduct. But, as in other construction projects of this type, a large residential building helps to pay for the whole project. Economic development or aesthetics and sightlines? Which is better? Answers in the comments. On the neighbouring Weir Mill site, we look through the fence to see where the controversial new tower will appear right next to the viaduct. It's remarkable to think that Weir Mill predates the railway viaduct. It was built in the late 1700s. Around 60 years later, the new brick railway viaduct was built right over the mill, dividing the original site into two. Looking from the west, we can see the main part of Weir Mill on the left. It stood empty for many years. We really have waited a very long time for this development to take place. If this were in London, I'm sure things would have been very different, but we are 2 hours by train northwest of London. At least now, things are finally happening. I'll crossfade to the architect's visualisation to show how the new residential building will look. It's of the same design as the tower on the east side, but much lower. Let's walk back up to the station approach. That's where the new gently sloping footpath is going to be. It's an improvement on the old steps leading up the hillside. The distance and height difference between the railway station and the interchange is not ideal, but we can't do anything about the terrain. We're just across from the Central Library, where controversy continues regarding its future use. The foundation stone was laid by Alderman George Ball, chairman of the Parks, Museum and Library Committee, on August the 1st, 1912. I wonder what he would think if he could have looked 110 years into the future. It's clear that the Carnegie-funded building needs renovation, but as I walk around, I can't help noticing the wonderfully friendly, homely, historic atmosphere there is here. The staff are always very helpful. It's been well used by generations of Stockport residents before us. That magnificent circular glass dome really adds something. They don't make them like that anymore. The plan is to move most of the blocks down to the new library, located in some former commercial spaces in the shopping centre, with a car park on the roof above it. For me, the old library is actually much more convenient. It's close to bus stops, the railway station and car parks. There's an ongoing campaign to keep library services in the existing library. It's felt that the people of Stockport were not properly consulted in the decision. There's a petition, link down below. To use a phrase that's come up in the comments, we'll just have to wait and see, and that applies to the whole of the new bus interchange project. One commenter said, "We haven't seen the finished article yet with the bus station. Artists' impressions always look good." But another remarked, "The apartment block will impede the view of the viaduct, but the rooftop gardens and walkway will take people closer to it and maybe even make its presence even greater." I'm not expecting any design mess-ups, such as at Manchester's Arndale Centre bus station. On completion in 1979, they discovered that the entrance was too low to allow adequate clearance for double-decker buses. So the opening was delayed by a year. It closed after the IRA bomb in 1996 and never reopened. But as we look back to Stockport's old bus station, as it looked in March 2021, I think the new one will be a big improvement. But as they say, we'll just have to wait and see. A major motivating factor for me is to document the urban area around us for today and the future, trying to capture aspects that may often be overlooked, and giving people an opportunity to comment and express their views. If you think it's of value, and would like to support what I'm doing, please visit the Ko-fi page, link in the description. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe for all notifications. And why not watch my Stockport Dawn to Dusk video, which features the viaduct. Thank you very much for watching, and auf Wiedersehen in Stockport.